So on the 3.3 notes, which is page 43 in our notebooks, there are two formulas, or two sets of formulas on the front. There's nothing to write in, but just to look over. The change of base formula will do in example 4 on the back, but basically the change of base formula allows you to get rid of a base that you don't like a base B, and change it to a base A that you do like. For example, maybe a base of 10 or a base of E are very common bases that are on calculators. So if you do the change of base formula, then you could plug it into your calculator. I'll show you how to do that on the back. The 4 properties of logarithms that you need to know are here: product, quotient, power, and equality. Product says if you have the log of a product, m times n, you can break it up into two separate logs separated by a plus. Quotient says if you have the log of a quotient, m divided by n, that you could break it up and separate the logs with a minus. The power property says if you have an exponent, it can be written as a coefficient. And the equality property says if you have a log base b of something on this side of the equal sign and a log base b of something on this side of the equal sign, that you could cross out your log base b's and you would have just the m equals n left. It helps solve equations when you get rid of the log base 8s. You just have whatever's left on either side. So what we'll do is a few examples here. The first one, it just says expand. We're going to use the product property because we have a product, x, or 5 times x times y. So we have 3 things multiplied together, which means we'll have 3 logs. And when it's a product, we can write them as separate logs separated with pluses. So it would be log base 4 of 5 plus, and then the log base 4 of x plus log base 4 of y. Here we have a quotient. Quotient is the same idea, but you'll separate them into with a minus. So it'd be natural log of the top, 3x minus 5, minus natural log of the bottom, natural log of 7. You cannot break this one up anymore. We don't have a property that separates differences like this, so this would be as far as we could go. This is the opposite, where we have multiple logs and we want to condense them into one log. So what I'm going to do here is I'll look at these 2 logs. I'll just write 1 log because I'm only going to have 1 log, condensing the 3 logs. And these 2 are separated by a plus. So I'm going to take and combine these by multiplying, but I can't do that if there's a coefficient. So the first thing would be to take the coefficient and write it as a power. So this would actually be x to the half, and this would actually be x to the 3 to the 3. So x to the half times x to the 3 to the 3. 3 times 3 would be x to the 9. So because those logs are separated by a plus, I put them together and multiply them. Now it's separated by a minus, so it becomes a fraction with x plus 1 on the bottom. That's almost done. The only thing that you can do here is combine the x's on top. Half plus 9 would be 9.5. The last one is using the change of base property. It says rewrite log base 5 of 11 as a ratio using logarithms. A ratio will be a fraction, and we have to do it in base 10. So log base 5 of 11, what you'll do with the change of base is you'll take log of this number first, so log of 11, divided by log of the base. And it says that we want base 10, so base 10 is actually the common logarithm. You don't have to write the 10, you can leave it. So this would be it. This is this in base 10. You can also pick base e, which would be the natural log of 11 divided by the natural log of 5, either one. When you change it into a common logarithm or a natural logarithm, then you can type it in your calculator. I believe it's about 1.49 is the decimal approximation of that.